Y'all ready to be history?
Get started.
Welcome.
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
To the Pro Audio Suite.
These guys are professional. They're motivated.
With tentatively stars. George Whittam, founder of Source Elements. Robert Marshall, international audio engineer. Darren Robbo Robertson. And global voice. Andrew Peters. Thanks to Tribooth, Austrian Audio, Making Passion Heard. Source Elements. George the Tech Whittam. And Robbo and AP's international demos. To find out more about us, check theproaudiosuite.com.
Line up, ladies!
Here we go.
And welcome to another Pro Audio Suite. Thanks to Austrian Audio, Making Passion Heard, and Tribooth. Don't forget the code TRIPAP 200. That will get you $200 off your Tribooth. Speaking of which, we have a guest on our show today. Very special guest, Rick Wasserman from Bookable, and of course, the co-founder and creator, or actually co-founder, creator? Co-creator?
Sure.
I don't know.
I'll take that.
Of the Tribooth. G'day, Rick.
Hey, Andrew. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure. Now, I've been watching the internet and seeing these little videos popping up with you, like pointing at another booth, which looks much bigger. So you've got at least one new product, but George actually mentioned there might be two.
Yeah, we're expanding. We're multiplying. It's very exciting. Yeah, we've got stuff. We've had ideas in the pipeline for a long time, and then finally we just thought, let's go for it. You know, George and I have both been to these voiceover expos and conventions, and it was a great opportunity for Tribooth to be on the expo floor because people had seen it on social media, but they have never been inside one, you know, so no matter how many times we told them, no, it really sounds good, they hadn't been in one. So finally we had people get in them, but then we'd also meet people that say things like, it's too small for me. I'm a big person, I need something bigger. Or I'm in a wheelchair and it is not accessible for someone in a wheelchair.
That's a big one, a wheelchair, yeah.
That was a big deal.
Yeah.
We had questions. We've had celebrity people call us and say, listen, I do a podcast and I like to sit at a desk. Can I stick a desk in there? Can I put it on a desk? Can it transform from something standing to a desk? And we couldn't do any of these things because originally I designed this thing for me and only me. It was a very, very greedy thing.
And for travel specifically.
And for traveling,
the whole
exactly.
point was to make this thing fit in a suitcase, full stop.
And not be a porta booth like a thing on a desk, like where it really was all the way around you.
Yeah, something fully
right.
that feels like you're in the booth at home, as close as you can do that, and still carry it with you.
Yeah, that was important too. We wanted that sort of experience to feel like you were surrounded. You know, you were inside a booth and not standing near a box or something like that. And so we've been talking about it for a while. Maybe we should come up with something else. Maybe we can find one booth, we can create one booth that will do all of those things. So the Tribooth that we've had for 6 years is now the Tribooth Classic, and the new one is called the Tribooth Transform, because that is exactly what it does. I know we need that sound effect. It transforms from a standing booth to a desk booth, so it will work on any desk. It can also go over a couch or a love seat or a recliner or a rocking chair or a stool. It can also incrementally become taller or shorter, which we didn't have before. Right?
My favorite is over the sofa, by far.
Yeah, over the sofa is pretty cool.
Yeah, that is my favorite place to work.
Yeah.
The casting couch.
Well, my question come from what would you want to record on the love seat? But that's another story for another day, probably. But yeah,
that's another podcast for sure.
Yeah, I think that's called Foley. Yeah, that's Foley.
These audiobooks are getting racy.
Sorry, Rick.
Oh, yeah.
Go on.
No. Please.
Tentacle porn. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I get it.
So how does it actually work? This is my question, because the Classic, which I have, has all the bungee cord inside, so it basically, builds itself almost.
That's right.
So how does this one work?
I'm happy to say it still has the same shock cord running through the entire thing.
Very clever.
So it works the same way. The deal is it's bigger too. So theoretically, you could play a guitar in there now. You could bring more than one person in there. You can have a competition to see how many people you can get in there. I mean, it's fairly large.
Can you fit in a Tribooth?
That's right. The footprint used to be a 3 foot, equilateral triangle, but now it is 4 foot. So it is dynamically bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you could travel with it. You could still travel with it. In fact, I have traveled with it. George and I traveled.
Does it still fit in 50 pounds so it doesn't tip the airline?
No, it absolutely does not. It does not. It requires more blanketing, and of course the blanketing is heavier, and it really is sort of better suited for being at home or kind of local moving around. But could you travel with it? Absolutely. You would just have to deal with
if you're going
the
to
weight.
Marge's for the holidays, that's something you can throw in the car and take with you.
Yeah.
But it does absolutely adapt to being on a desk or standing up, no matter how tall you are, or sitting down. So it kind of ticks all of those boxes.
Andrew mentioned the bungee thing. I want to say one more thing about that.
Yeah.
We had a meeting, Rick and I, just to discuss the bungees. Because there are more parts. This booth has more parts. There's more sections. We're like, how are we going to break it down so that it's not so insanely we had to make sure we didn't have too many pieces interconnected where it would actually get tangled as you take it out of the case.
Right.
So we had a whole meeting and we just looked at it section by section. We're like, and I think you were drawing on the screen, Rick, weren't you? And we had a model of the booth and you were drawing a red line. Okay, these pieces are going to interconnect here, right? And that was a big part of it, It
is a big part of it because you want to be able to take it apart and put it together fairly easily. It should make sense. The Tribooth Classic is fairly intuitive. We use a little bit of like colored tape here and there, like blue pipe goes into blue coupler kind of thing. And this has the same
The weed
thing.
goes here. Exactly. Good.
That goes in the other pipe.
It is one giant weed holding device.
Yeah, exactly.
There is a beverage holder.
If you could just build a pipe into it,
well, and the joint holder's an optional extra. Yeah,
that's right. A pipe and a urinal. It'll be set. It's got everything you need.
If it had a urinal, I think, boom, covered.
You just need to add another T joint to the pipe.
Yeah, that's right.
E joint, right? A vape
and a carb.
Yeah. So we're very excited about it. We haven't launched it yet. We're still beta testing it just to make sure, again, it works perfectly well for me, but I have to make sure that it works perfectly well for other people. And then in the middle of all this, George gets in touch with me and he goes, listen, somebody here, he was at some conference, I think, or saw something on Instagram, has built like their version of a super lightweight booth. And we had talked about doing that too. And we looked at theirs and I thought, well, it's not very sexy, but we could definitely make it better. So I thought this person, who I can't announce yet, but the proposal got sent out today, so I'm very excited about it. I got in touch with him and I said, would you be interested in maybe a collab? I've never done this before, kind of a Tribooth X this person. And they said, yeah.
Wait. This person who built a lightweight?
Yeah. They built their version of it. Like they went to the hardware store and got a bunch of irrigation pipe and knocked something together.
Yeah.
And it's great. The video is great. It's charming. It constantly falls apart. And I have the biggest smile on my face knowing that I can make this better.
I think I saw it. Does it half stand on a table, half on the floor?
Yes, exactly.
I totally found it. It's almost like you just need like circus music in the background of the video.
But it's really charming, and the guy who's behind it is lovely, and I got in touch. And
or I shouldn't say, sorry.
Yeah. So we're doing this collaboration, and I built here now the prototype, and I sent it to George, and I asked my wife to model it. It's really good. Here's why it's really good. For this version, you can only use it on a desk or a suitcase or a dining table.
It has to lean on something.
It wants something, but it's ultra lightweight. In fact, the way I constructed it, I designed it by buying sort of a universally sized carry-on piece of hard shell luggage. So not under the plane this time, carry-on luggage that has, like a clamshell, and one side of it is going to fit all of the pipe. So all the thing that it's made out of will fit in one side, so that the other side can have your microphone and your interface and any other parts.
3 pairs of underwear and a bottle of Febreze, and you're ready to go.
Can I just say something? What better place to keep your 41.6 than in one of the pipes?
Oh, right. Isn't that cute?
There you go.
Huh?
Oh, do we have to give him credit for that?
Yeah.
Nobody
it's
listens
really quite
to this
good.
show. They won't know it happened anyway.
Don't build it into a Tribooth though, because he'll charge you for it. So,
No,
So,
but you could shove some foam like this in
you
the
just
pipe
plug it
and
in the end
then
and then
shove the
you
mic
certainly
in there.
could.
And then it'll keep it safe.
It's also adjustable to any size or height desk, no matter how tall you are, and the footprint is almost as big as the Transform.
Oh wait, so this is a different product than the
This
Transform?
is a different product. It's the third one. I can't tell you the
I know,
name yet,
that's
but it's the name of that guy.
We already put all this time, especially, I say we, really, Rick, put 99% of the time into prototyping, assembling, testing, all this stuff. And then out of the blue comes this new thing, this idea. And we're like, this is so clearly another possible product if he's game to join in with us.
Yeah.
And it turns out he was.
So
Rick,
the whole
maybe
thing,
you want to make the voiceover bodysuit for us?
Yes, that's next.
The one with no frame at all.
That's
We've
right.
got a photo of the prototype. You've got something to go off. You've seen the prototype, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna have like a voiceover cravat or bow tie. That's,
Now
the
you're talking.
voiceover Dickie, I think, that's coming back. I'm bringing that back. But the great thing about this thing is the whole thing. Like, we couldn't understand why anyone would want to bring it as a carry-on. That's one of the things we get the most. Can I bring it on the plane? Well, you could put it under the plane. Well, yeah, but can I have it with me by my seat? But why? You're never going to put it together on your seat. It's a booth. You know, you're not
Because they
going to
want
need
to
it.
save the carry-on cost or the luggage cost. Is that why?
I don't know. I think the idea, because a lot of people like to put their gear in the booth. I mean, in the luggage
Carry-on.
too.
yeah, maybe they're
correct.
afraid of their like $1,200 mic
Of
under
course,
the plane.
of course. But now with this newest one, this lightweight one, everything goes in the case, and you can bring it on board with you.
Right.
So that's the best part.
And the VO Passport is very lightweight as well.
it should go in there. It should be part of it. I'm
But there's a
100%
catch.
on board
There's a
with that.
catch, right? There's something that's unique, that the fact that it does actually fit.
Oh, yeah. Here's
a
the best
carry-on.
part. So the reason why it's as lightweight as it is that this version, there's no blanketing.
Oh.
There's no blanketing at all because all of the blanketing is in the hotel. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
So you
yes.
use the blankets in the hotel, so it tents itself, and you just throw your
There you
blankets
go.
on top.
Yeah.
And if you want it deader, you add more blankets, and you don't have to carry blankets
So
with
it's
you.
a shell.
I was always talking about like flipping mattresses up and putting them on the wall.
Oh,
You know?
God.
no more MacGyvering forts in your hotel room.
just rating the room service carts for blankets. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Works best if you keep the towels wet.
Oh, God.
You've stayed at the hotels, right, where the shower stall door does not keep the water in the shower at all.
Yes.
That was the last place I stayed at in Orlando. The door had a seal that didn't seal the floor, and every shower,
like an
all
ice
the water
rink when
was
you
on the
step
floor.
out, you're like,
It was-
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, how is this so hard?
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway.
I have to say that neither of our bathrooms in this house have doors on the shower.
Oh, I was going to say
You
neither
just
of them have
walk straight
showers.
in, baby.
And,
Trouble is, I usually
and-
walk out and fall over. But that's
And
another.
I have on good authority that they also have exterior windows.
Oh,
Oh, neat.
For
That's
the
a show.
for the neighbors.
No, I'm talking about Andrew's showers.
Right, yeah, for the neighbors. That's so the neighbors leave.
yeah.
No, I actually stayed in an Airbnb in Joshua Tree that was a total 60s, 70s hippie place. And there is a full length window, floor to ceiling in the bathroom.
Does it at least have the fuzzy glass?
No.
Oh, jeez.
You just have to turn the hot tap on for a while before you
Yeah,
get in. So-
totally.
Yeah,
Steam
really.
it up.
No, they put up a big privacy screen on the outside, right? So you don't see it. But still,
Oh my
just the
gosh.
idea that was something that they wanted to do knowingly, totally amazing.
Someone had
Yeah,
something
yeah.
to show off. Yeah, definitely.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Rick, so you were saying the Transform is in beta testing. What's next to get it ready to be live?
Well, the only thing that I'm still working out is if it's not going to travel as much. I mean, it can travel, so do we put it into 2 bags? Do you want one gigantic bag? I mean, right now, the thought is just to sell it as it is. And if you want to put it in a bag, go put it in a bag. But I like offering people at least a way to store it.
Yeah.
So even if it was 2 duffel bags that you could store the thing and still travel with, I'd feel good about it.
I see it coming in one hefty cardboard box and then having 2 duffels in there that they
I think you should paint all the pipes black and write Armalite on the outside of them.
Armalite. Why do I not know what that is?
A rifle.
They make guns.
Oh, it's a gun company. That would keep people from messing with it.
That's exactly.
It wouldn't get lost in shipment.
I was going to say, can you imagine the look on the check-in chick's face at the airport? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But one of my proudest moments, George and I went and visited a friend of ours who happens to be quadriplegic and a voice actor, and we have video of it. We haven't posted any of it yet, but we have video of her easily getting in and out of the Transform.
Can she make it without just in the chair?
Oh, you mean assembling it?
Yeah.
Oh, no, she can't assemble it all.
Because she can just move one hand.
Oh.
That's about it.
No, she's quadriplegic. She cannot move anything.
Okay,
Yeah.
So, yes, of course, anywhere she goes, she's going to have aids and assistance.
Yeah.
They could certainly put it together. But now she can roll into the booth, roll out of the booth. And that has never happened before.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I feel very good about that.
So, with actually talking about that, Doug, using a chair to get in and out, because in the Tribooth, the floor, the piping on the floor, it goes all the way around. So
that's right.
Does that happen with the Transform? Has that got a pipe on the floor, or you just go straight in?
Well, it does, but being a Transform, it goes away. So it can disconnect and open up like a door and allow you to roll in or roll out, or not use that pipe on the floor, so that you can be more comfortable. And because the footprint's so much bigger, you can easily put a chair in there now.
Yeah.
Whereas the Classic, you could put a stool in there, bar stool, something like that. And the newest one we have, any chair they have in the hotel will work.
We'll just call it the X for now.
Yeah, the X. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the
X.
collab, the X.
The X. But the thing about the Transform is that we found that in different configurations, you needed different things to be connected, right? So when you're using it as a freestanding booth, more like a large Classic Tribooth, right?
Yeah.
Then that floor pipe is a good idea for stability and stuff like that. Right. But when it was seated and using a table as part of its stability, it wasn't as important that piece be there. So
it goes away.
A lot of it was away. Like, does this need to be here? And there was a lot of experimenting with what can come and what can go, and things like that.
Or maybe there's just like a little ramp piece that can be laid in front of the floor piece, like just a little ramp.
If we needed to have that pipe, you could have one of those cable, cable clearance
cable tray,
pieces, a cable tray that you'd have at a trade show.
The problem is with all chairs, that is all.
Handicap,
wheelchairs are different, and she has a power chair, and that thing is
powerful.
It's a tank.
It's
a tank and heavy. Yeah. It would crush pipe for sure. But this works perfectly well. Yeah. And in fact, we recently posted, I think the last post we did was another kind of tease post, and it shows her in the booth. Yeah. And it was a wonderful moment to see it.
Yeah. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, I saw that one. That looks cool.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay.
Just over the weekend, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Brand new.
I had a thought about the one with the urinal. I was thinking of how you can sell that, the upmarket version.
I was going to say, your age, mate, something for the bladder and something for the wheelchair, I would have thought would be not far away, let's be honest.
Just go the bladder, like the Tribooth Incontinent or...
the Tribooth catheter. It just stores it in the pipes.
Or the Tribooth pissoir. That sounds very French.
But in all seriousness, Andrew is also a Vespa enthusiast.
That's right.
Enthusiast.
That's the thing that's going to make him the bound to the chairs.
I don't even know what you're saying, Robert.
That's right.
The X model will be the Vespa convertible, the Vespa compatible version, really, because
this could be the X. This could be the X.
It could be. Yeah, you could sit on your Vespa while you're recording. There you go.
Oh, that would be hilarious. I cannot wait to see a picture of that.
The mirror is a 41.6.
How about we get the Transform and I just ride my Vespa into the Transform?
That you can do. But Andrew, when the X is finished, I'll send you one, and that way you can give it a try and see what you think. It'll give you more room. and you can travel with it.
It's also much shippable.
Like Andrew's idea of traveling is to be riding the Vespa while doing a script.
Well, it sounds like it would fit on the Vespa.
Yeah. No, but on a
It would
serious note,
certainly.
I do these like wacky sort of long rides on the Vespa with a whole bunch of people, and I still have to work, so I need to have something with me. And obviously, we're a bit tight for space to pack things.
Well, listen, if it fits in a piece of carry-on luggage, it would certainly fit in a backpack.
Yeah, absolutely.
The side saddle thing,
Yeah.
Ooh,
I'll just chuck it
that
on the
would be-
back in a bag.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You could get a sidecar for the Vespa. That'd be cool.
I'm picturing kind of like the hard top, soft top, like press a button. It's just like,
There you go.
Yeah.
Convertible Vespa.
Well, I did see some guys talk about the sidecar. They actually had a pizza oven and the whole bar and everything as a sidecar on a Vespa.
That seems safe.
Did they
That's
do
insane.
it in one of those like sidecar races? You know how they have like the motorcycles
God.
and the one guy like hanging like way over the edge on the sidecar trying to keep the thing from
As you
not
guys
tipping
can
over.
tell, Robert being here in California, she's just automatically more creative, and I don't know why that would be. But just the fact that he's here in California, just goes up
It's just
a notch.
more ridiculous
Out of the
stuff.
cold of
Yeah,
Chicago, that's why. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Brain's working better. A bit of warm air.
Oh, that's all it is. That's all it is. You're right. Yeah.
Actually, can I ask something? What
Yeah,
are the
please.
price points like?
Yeah, we have to work on that.
Yeah, that we have to work out. I mean, yes. So the classic will likely stay the same or go down, which is great. So right now it's 15, but we always have a sale, so it's usually like $12.50. And then the Transform has to be more just because it's so much bigger and has so many configurations. But we
more
haven't worked
complicated.
out that price yet. But the lightweight one,
The X.
should be, the X should drop down way in price. So I think it's going to be a real favorite for people who travel. I think that's going to be the big time traveling booth.
Yeah, there are other travel booths that we all know and we've all tried. Some of them I have, and I know that you do, Andrew, too. And we want this to be something that you would look at favorably in terms of price. When you're looking at these other ones.
Yeah.
Don't know what that's going to be, but think about that. That's really we know who the competition is. We know what it is, and
There is no competition.
Okay, thanks.
That's
Robert.
right.
Here's your money.
Well, that was fun. Is it over?
The Pro Audio Suite with thanks to Tribooth and Austrian Audio. Recorded using Source Connect. Edited by Andrew Peters and mixed by Robbo. Got your own audio issues? Just ask Robbo.com. With tech support from George the Tech Whittam. Don't forget to subscribe to the show and join in the conversation on our Facebook group. To leave a comment, suggest a topic, or just say g'day, drop us a note at our website, proaudiosuite.com.